Would you like to manifest and attract more abundance in your life? Well, there's one thing that you don't know that you're doing that's actually blocking it from coming into your life. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and when I learned this and applied this, I tripled my income and I changed my whole financial life. Let's dive right into this video. I know it'll do the same for you too. Here, I want to pay you for what you did. How much does it cost? Oh, no, that's okay. Have you ever done something like that before, where you actually had difficulty receiving money that somebody was offering for you? See, on such a deep level, for so many years, our culture has told us that the root of money is totally evil. So we've actually kind of gotten used to blocking money because we don't want to receive it. See, I can remember trying to build my own career, and when I began selling books first, and I couldn't get a publisher, so I sold my books myself. I would sell them anywhere. Starbucks, farmers markets, colleges. I would just stop people on anywhere I could, and I would sell them. But I always felt really weird about it. And it was this weird thing where I felt weird getting the money. And then as my career evolved, I started doing coaching. And I was like, I felt so weird about getting the money in the conversations around, well, how much do you charge? It was always felt so weird. And it wasn't until I realized that I had a trouble receiving money that I actually could open up the floodgates for money to come into my life. Think about how many times we block it. Maybe you can think of some instances in your life where you have difficulty receiving. It's like we think that just because somebody else wants to give us money, it's somehow wrong in some weird way, or we're uncomfortable with it, or more importantly, that we shouldn't be receiving money if we're giving a service to somebody, or just in general that we shouldn't be receiving that much money. And it blocks it. And it wasn't until I started saying this affirmation to myself just to kind of change my relationship with receiving. I was really good at giving, and maybe you are too. Maybe you're really good at giving, but you're not very good at receiving. Those are two sides of the same coin. That's like being really good at planting, but not good at harvesting. I just can't cut this kale off of this thing. It should stay here. It should stay in the ground. You wouldn't be a very good farmer if you did that. But we kind of do that with money, and we do that with abundance in general. Someone wants to give you, family members, here's $100. You're like, no. And my life started changing when I started saying yes every time somebody wanted to give something to me. I started saying yes every time somebody wanted to give something to me. And what I started saying was, Dear universe, I graciously receive any abundance others will not accept. Dear universe, I graciously receive any abundance others will not accept. Comment that down below. Dear universe, I graciously receive any abundance others will not accept. And I started saying that to myself a lot. And what I realized is how much abundance and beauty in our world falls by the wayside because people are afraid of receiving, but they're definitely not afraid of giving. So it's two sides of the same coin. When you're receiving something, when you're receiving money, or anything, you're actually giving. It's a paradox. That person is giving you something, and you're giving them the privilege of giving that to you. It's a commercial transaction, right? Even on an emotional level. The commercial transaction is somebody gives you money for the service, right? And then in return, they feel good. They give you the money, but then they also get a commercial transaction in their mind because it feels good giving that to you. But if you don't willingly accept it, then you're not allowing them to give. You're giving to them by allowing yourself to receive. So what happens is we block it, and we, on a very deep level, and then we think it's insignificant when it's small things. Somebody wants to give you $20, like, or you get a really big tip, or grandpa wants to, like, every time he sees you, he just gives you $20 or something, and you're like, no, grandpa, just say, cool, grandpa, thank you, right? Like, practice in your life graciously receiving. Bob Proctor said something to me one time that I thought was so powerful. He said, Jake, you need to learn how to willingly give and graciously receive. And over my life on an emotional level, over like the last 3 years as my career has really taken off, one thing I've gotten really good at is receiving. And I was never good at that. It always conversations with clients around money, I always hated it. And I wouldn't ask them for the check, even though I needed the check because they were supposed to pay on that day. And then they give it to me and I feel weird about getting it. And somebody gives me a bonus and I'm like, oh, no, you keep it. And then I started just being like, oh, cool, thank you. Cool, thanks. I really appreciate that. If my mom wants to give me $20, I'm like, cool, mom, thank you. That was really nice of you. Do I need it? No, I don't need it. But it's an energy of starting to allow the floodgates to open and saying yes to receiving instead of resisting receiving. Because if you get accustomed on a subconscious level to resist receiving, then your subconscious associates that with it's bad to receive. So 95% of your life is subconscious. If you have a pattern that says it's bad to receive in the subconscious, you're not going to get a lot of anything. You're not going to get a lot of love. You're not going to get a lot of good friends. You're definitely not going to receive a lot of money because unconsciously you've made an assumption on an unconscious level, not consciously, that it's bad to receive. So your subconscious is under that program just in the same way that a computer software gets coded and then it lives out that code. You're living out the code if it's bad to receive. It's bad to receive. So it's making sure you never get too much. It's making sure you never have opportunities to receive. And so the biggest problem is people literally are blocking money like that. And what I invite you to do is start to use that affirmation that I shared earlier and start saying yes whenever people want to give you stuff. Even if it's just a compliment, practice receiving it. You know how hard it is for people to receive compliments? They immediately push it back onto other people. Yeah, well, your dress is great too. Why can't you just say, yeah, thanks, thank you? And just sit in it and feel the appreciation for it. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. You don't have to immediately be like, oh, and I love your eyes too. Just receive it. If people want to compliment you, just practice receiving it. If somebody wants to give to you, practice receiving it. When you get your paycheck, even if it's not as much as you wanted it to be, just put the check in front of you on your desk and sit there and just literally practice receiving it. Thank you, universe, that I've received this money, even though it's only negative $86. And, I'm just joking, but seriously, practice whatever that check is, putting it there and saying thank you, universe, I willingly receive this. And what you're doing is you're starting to send the command to your subconscious that it's okay to receive. In fact, it's very important that you receive. And what happens is bigger and bigger opportunities start to come. It was $2 there, then it turns into $400. Then it turns into an opportunity that's worth $10,000. Then it turns into this, and it turns into that. So willingly give and graciously receive. In fact, the universe literally is for expansion. It's always growing. Literally, the universe is always growing. And in order to fulfill the true nature of the universe, which is constant expansion, you have to say yes to receiving. You're an integral part of the universe. And if you can't say yes to receiving, why is the universe going to give you anything? It's I'm just going to go to Billy over there. Billy will say yeah. They won't say it. They just keep pushing it away. I'm not even going to go to him anymore. I'm just wasting my time. That's how it works on a subconscious level. So this is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com reminding you that you're worthy of receiving. So comment down below, I'm worthy of receiving the good I desire. Comment that down below. I'm worthy of receiving the good that I desire. Comment that down below. I'm worthy of receiving the good that I desire. And it's totally right, and it's totally okay, and it's totally good for me to receive whatever it is that life or people or the universe is offering to me. And when you make that decision, your worldview shifts on an unconscious level. And what happens is the floodgates to abundance open. So this is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com reminding you that everything else is BS that you've been told, that like somehow money's the root of all evil and you should only take so much. Practice receiving. You live in an abundant world. You're worthy of everything that you desire. And by you living in abundance, you're going to inspire everyone else to do the same thing. So make sure you download my free success hypnosis down below, jakeshypnosis.com. If you ever wondered what other types of stuff is in your subconscious and you want to reprogram it for success, download that. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification in the corner. Bell notification notifies you for new videos. Have a beautiful day.